Hey, so I don't know if you've been following any sporting events lately, but uh, the Phillies are the National League champions. Yes, it's very exciting, right? And one of the things the other day, I was at one of the games against the Braves in Philadelphia, and there was a young guy standing there, and we were all hooping and hollering it up when the Phils beat the Braves to get into the National League championship games. And I looked at him and he was just elated. I mean, he's jumping up and down. He's so happy, and we're all jumping up and down. And I looked at him and I said, "Man, I'm telling you right now, take this and enjoy it because this doesn't last forever. This is one of those things that um, we may have this opportunity this year, but this opportunity may not come around again for a long time. I have waited since 2008 to win a World Series, right? The last time the Phillies were in a World Series was 2009. So we are talking a long time. We're talking 13 years since the Phillies have been in the World Series. Now, I look at that and I say, be grateful for the blessings that you get when you get them. Because sometimes they're there for an instant and then we don't see them again. And I grew up in a church that had a family in it that was loving and caring, and aunts and uncles and cousins and grandparents that were all surrounding me as I grew up. And it was awesome. And then there was this other group, the next layer of people who might as well have been family. They were that close, and they were always looking out for us as kids. We looked out for each other as parents and adults. We took care of each other. We prayed for each other. We worshiped together. We went to Bible study together. And there was an incredible bonding in this church of that community. And I look back on it, right? I was a part of that church for 58 years, from the time I was born until I was 58 years old. And I never realized how incredibly special it was until I was no longer a part of it. Now, it's not to say that this new church that I'm involved in now isn't awesome, because it is. The people are great. They're loving, they're caring, they pull together. It's the same sort of setting, just different, right? Um, but I look back on those 58 years that I had at that church, and I realize now what a blessing it was. And I should have taken much more advantage of it. I should have been much more grateful and thankful for it than I was. And I look back on it now and I'm like, man, that was so, it formed who I was. It formed who I became over the years. So as we go through these days, when you have an opportunity to thank someone, to be grateful to someone, to make sure that they know how much you love them and appreciate them, do it, because those days are fleeting and they're gone in an instant. May God continue to pour out his grace, mercy, and blessings on each and every one of us until we get to meet again. Amen. Amen.